We're looking for questions for the panel members from Indigenous and Northern Affairs Canada. We're hoping that you guys have questions and you can hand them into the registration desk beforehand so we can kind of alleviate the long lineup tomorrow to ask questions. Did you want to give it to her? Give it to Patrick to give to her. Patrick's going out in the hallway. That's his contact, so can't even remember what she looks like. So as soon as we have everybody back into the main area here, we'll have our closing remarks and we'll get the door prize draw. We are trying to make this day a little bit shorter to let everybody go on their way. I know we have some out-of-towners here that want to go do some shopping, Christmas shopping, maybe go out for dinner somewhere, maybe go watch a movie or something, or visit relatives. So we're trying to make this day as short as possible in order for you guys to go do that. I guess we're still having participants coming in from those info sessions. So I'll ask you to please return to your seats. Please return to your seats. No, I'll do an Elvis one. What's that Elvis? I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll see blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same if you're not here with me, and when those blue snowflakes start falling, I can't remember the rest of the words. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, and I'll be blue, blue, blue Christmas. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I should have did the Porky Pig version of that, eh? Do we have everyone in the room? This is all that remains on day 2 in the afternoon. Where's Patrick? I asked Patrick to go herd him up. I still don't see him. Yeah, yeah. Start making the draw, she says. We're going to get can I get all the presenters? All the presenters maybe to come sit here, or I don't know how short. Just to give some closing remarks, closing thoughts on today's information session day. I know there was a lot of questions. I went into each of the rooms, and there was a lot of different questions being asked of the presenters. I know a lot of them wanted to follow up and get some of the information. And are you guys all here? That's 1, 2, 3. I'm missing 2. How should I go first? You ready to go, Mr. Harding? No? Mr. Harding doesn't want to go first. Who wants to go first? Let's get Respite up here. Come on, Respite. So we'll get Chris Prince, Joni Wilson, and Sylvia Flint. They'll introduce themselves and let them take it from there.
Move the mic down. Too high? Too high? The mic was a little too high. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris Prince. For the ones that sat in the workshop that I did earlier, you all know that already. I just wanted to say it was really, really good to get a chance to sit down and meet some of the individuals, get a chance to get some feedback from some of the individuals on what is going on in their communities, some of the situations that they are seeing, and I really appreciate the time that you guys took to sit down and listen to what we had to say. I'm going to do my best to be able to go back and continue to work with everybody here. Really, really quickly, I just wanted to say that the work that everybody here is doing is very, very, very important. It is very, very rewarding, and everybody is doing an amazing job. And with that, I think you should all give yourselves a round of applause. So with that, I just wanted to say that I was very happy to be able to sit down with you, and I am going to turn it over to my coworker or my co-presenters, Joni and Sylvia. And I did leave my information. I'm going to have some information in the back. I am the Respite Coordinator for the Eagle Urban Transition Center. If anybody wants to sit down and talk to me, maybe by email or by telephone or bounce some ideas off each other, I will have my information in the back. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the workshops and the day.
Thank you. I won't keep you very long since we're right at the end of the day here. I just want to echo everything that Chris said. Thank everybody for coming out and for taking the time to listen to our presentations today and share your stories, your feedback, your questions and concerns. That helps us to grow and helps us to learn with the programs and some of the resources and services that are being offered too, and also what we need to potentially advocate for some extra supports or maybe extra funds in some programs too. So thank you for all that feedback. I didn't have my information with me today as well. I'll still be here again tomorrow. And I did have a sign-up sheet. If anybody wants any of that information that we had at the respite session and you didn't get an opportunity to sign up, please come see me before the end of the day or even tomorrow, and I can add you onto that list that we can share all that information with you, the PowerPoints and the templates. And as one last added note, I know we said it at the lunch break, but in one of the morning sessions, there was some papers that were on the back table there with a sign-up sheet that were there for those were the templates and that I wanted to show people there. And there was one paper in there particular that was actually my own personal information. It's a contract that I wanted to show as a sample contract. If anybody happened to kind of gather up those papers, accidentally, and if you do potentially have that contract paper in your bag or with you, if you can get it back to me somehow today or tomorrow at another date, that would be great, because I wanted to use that to share with all the other communities. And again, it's kind of my respite contract at home. So I kind of need it as well. But thank you again, everybody, and have a good rest of the conference and a good evening.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sylvia Flint. I'm the Regional Home Care Coordinator with First Nations and Inuit Health Branch Indigenous Health Services, I guess is our new name. I'd like to also thank everyone for attending the presentation. It was great to work with Chris and Joni, and again, we had great questions and lots of food for thought for everyone. So I guess in terms of closing remarks, just continue to work in a collaborative practice model, in a circle of care model with all your care providers, and enjoy the rest of the sessions tomorrow and have a safe trip back home. Thank you.
All right, our next presenters are going to be calling up are Selena Linsky and Kelly Wozni for their closing remarks.
I just wanted to thank everybody for coming to our session, and I hope you enjoyed working on the case scenarios that we did. It really was just to give an opportunity on how the booklet that we provided could be used, or a sense of what was in it in more depth. It was really a great learning experience for myself participating in this forum and the conference here. I've learned a lot from all of you. And just the feedback and the recommendations that we learned from each group was really good, and we're hoping to take your recommendations and give them to those who could actually implement some of them. So thank you, and safe travel home.
So we took a list of recommendations, and again, we learned a lot. We learned how CFS is not involved with JPI in a lot of communities, yet we provide services for families and like the Family Enhancement Program in each community, well, in ours anyways. So these recommendations that we took down, we're gonna forward to the workshop people, Ryan, and hopefully we'll see some of these implemented. One of the things we really liked was to have Jordan's principal wing in the hospital. So I thought that was a really good recommendation. And I wish there was somebody here who could hear me say that, but I'm sure they'll forward that info. We took 4 pages of recommendations, so we'll be forwarding that. And again, thank you. You know, Child and Family Services is here, and we're looking forward to working together with AMC, with JPI, and we welcome changes. You know, a lot of times people don't ask child welfare how to make change. There's a lot of Anishinaabe people who are educated, who work in the system for a long time, but nobody asks us. So we're here. If you want info, ask us. Miigwech.
Thank you, ladies. Our next presenter I'm going to be calling up is Mr. Michael Harding.
Well, nobody told me I could bring assistants. That would have made it a lot easier if I would have had 2 or 3 other people with me with all the information that we talked about today. But, oh well, you live and learn. I tell you, I really learned a lot during the whole day from the people who were very interested in learning about, what is FIA, because they really wanted to figure out, how can we work with these organizations to do what we do. What you guys do is so very important. I really worked hard today, and I hope I was successful in kind of demystifying what FIA is so that we can find a way to work for all the organizations to work together to accomplish the very important goals that you have. So I want to thank you for the invitation, Mary, for bringing me out today. It was a fantastic day, and I hope that the sessions were informative, and there's a lot more information where that came from, so call me back anytime.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. Michael was probably our last that we confirmed. So he jumped on board right away, so kudos to him. He was, I don't want to say last minute, but he was in the last hour. I'll call it the last hour. Next person I'd like to call up is Mr. Don Shackle.
Thank you, Ryan, and everyone who organized this event. I never thought doing 5 sessions back-to-back would be so tiring, but boy, that was a lot of work. What we talked about was the importance of interagency collaboration, and shared some stories about just how education, how we're trying to help education and Jordan's Principle come together. We shared some examples of different stories from community. Kids aren't falling with referrals to our new clinicians. Even what we have in place is not enough already, and it's only been 2.5 months since we started to provide the services. I know there's issues with the northern schools, with contribution agreements that have gone to the health authorities. And those health authorities are having trouble with clinicians, and they have long waiting lists. The audiologists in the province have long waiting lists. So where does that leave our kids? So the intent is that kids should get service immediately, and there shouldn't be any delay or jurisdictional conflict. But as we grow and develop these frameworks and continuums of support, I just encourage people to be patient with each other. Approach it, as Adeline said, with a good heart and a good mind, and come together so that we can build this framework of services for children in First Nation communities. And, just a year ago, we virtually had no services. And we've gone from that to now we're sometimes struggling with, is there duplication? So I think in the end, it's a good day. We've got more supports, we've got more services, but we do have a long way to go in terms of working together and being good to one another, and not blaming or not pointing fingers or not saying the school isn't doing it or the health center is not doing it. We've got to kind of leave all that stuff, I think, at the door and work together, whether that's at the political level, whether that's at the governmental level, whether that's within departments, between the school and the health center and communities, or within families. It's an exciting time, but there's lots of work to do. So thank you very much for being asked to come here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shackle. Last but not least, I'm going to be calling upon Tamara Rogers. Miss Tamara Rogers.
Good afternoon. Really wanted to thank you all for having me here today. I was very honored to be part of this whole process because I'm so passionate about mental health. And this gave me an opportunity to share some of my experiences as a mother of autistic twins, and also as a professional, as an occupational therapist, working, running a private practice, working with all ages who have, family members with mental health conditions, with autism. And so giving people an opportunity to understand what it's been like to live the journey, all the challenges, some of them quite ridiculously funny, but it's been kind of a learning curve as well. Each day, like I said, is Groundhog Day. So trying to wake up with that same energized motivation every day. It requires a fair amount of caffeine, but it's doable. And so I really loved being able to share some stories and strategies. And I know that I'm used to talking for an entire day at least on the topics that I go over with people. So squeezing everything into 45 minutes to an hour was quite the task, and I know that I failed it miserably on some levels because it's impossible to get it all in. But I do welcome you to contact me through email, check out my website. I know that all of my business cards and all those strategy handouts went quickly, so I do a lot of writing. I've got a lot of information on my website for strategies and so forth, but I guess my primary message was to try and really highlight the mental health piece for everyone. It's about taking care of yourself and having your own resiliency, your own strength to carry forward with the work that you do every single day, because it requires a special type of person to do the work that you do. A special person in that you're, caring and compassionate, and that takes a lot of energy. That's a huge energy sucker right there, is that, compassion to do a good job and care for all these kids and communities. So I thank you, on their behalf, because some of them aren't able to thank you, and it's very meaningful work. So do take care of yourself. Yourself always has to come first so you can be there for everyone else. And if you need some support in that journey, just give me a call. So thank you.
So as Tamara had mentioned, any follow-up, if you didn't catch Tamara's email address or any of the other presenters' contact information, don't hesitate to contact us at the Special Needs Advocate Unit office. We have all their contact information, and we'd be more than happy to pass that along to you. Can I ask for another round of applause for our presenters today, please? Okay, and with that, we're gonna do our door prize draws. Door prize draw. So I asked lovely Vanna White here to give me a hand. And again, there is a rumor going around that I fix these things. I don't fix things that aren't broken. All right, Vanna, shake it up nice and good. That was awesome entertainment today, awesome lunch. I really enjoyed that. I hope everybody else did. We weren't planning on Errol showing up. Wow, what a surprise, eh? That was great. Yeah. So today's door prize draw is a laptop. Ooh. Don't mind it being open. We didn't use it or anything. We just opened it. Okay, I didn't open it, but somebody did. Okay, again, I like digging from the bottom. The ones that are stuck at the bottom, I love helping them bring up. And you got to be present to win. So that's the thing. All right, here we go. One right from the bottom. The last four numbers, 9189. 9189. And again, I'm just the messenger. 9189. And you got to scream bingo really loud. 9189. 9189 going once. 9189 going twice. All right, picking the next one. And this one's going back in case this person comes back tomorrow. Yeah, I got to put it back in. Come on now. I'm just a messenger. Come on. Let's see here. I'll dig right from the bottom again. Mix it up a little bit first. That one's stuck in a corner. There we go. Last four numbers. 91. Holy. 9174. 9174. I bet you a lot of these guys are getting, they're not in attendance. 9174. 9174 going once. 9174 going twice. 9174. Back into the box it goes. Remember, I'm just a messenger. Remember that. I'll go from this side. I'll pick from this side this time. That corner again, that one stuck. Okay, hold on to it. Last four numbers. 91. Oh. 9142. 9142. We have a winner. All right, that's all we got. We have the TV for a door prize tomorrow at the end of the day. TV. Oh, it doesn't go back in. Thank you, everybody, for attending day 2 of our gathering. Again, continental breakfast at 8 o'clock. We're going to get going at 9 o'clock. Try to get here as soon as possible. Continental breakfast at 8. We begin at 9 o'clock. I thanked them. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Nice meeting you. Thanks for coming.